How's it going, everyone? It's been several weeks. I think it's been almost a month actually since the last live stream, and um, yeah, I don't know if we still need to keep doing it or not. At least in the summertime, it's just been really crazy, and it seems like by the time I get around to doing it, it's like 10 o'clock, and I'm beat, and I'm tired. Tonight, I'm actually taking a break from painting, so we'll see if anyone even shows up on here. But like I said, it's been a while, so give a couple minutes for people to come on if anyone is going to, and then we'll have a quick chat. Um, I have a few different different things going on here tonight, so I don't want to have my paintbrushes dry on me too much. But anyways, how are you guys? If you're on here watching after the fact, let me know in the comments what you think. I'd be interested to know. It's not that I don't like the live stream. I really do like it. I'm just not sure what purpose it serves at this point. So I think it's good to take an inventory every now and again and not just continue to do things because they're a tradition or, whatever. And so just wanted to ask the question. So bear with me here. I'm going to share this on Facebook as well and see if we can get some extra people on here. And I'm also way behind on videos. You guys have probably noticed. Like the summer serve video I put up yesterday was an entire week late. And so normally I try to get those up like same day if I can. Although that hasn't really happened much this year. But yeah. Okay, so there's that. All right, so Kratborg says, no, don't end it. The other option that I have too, instead of just straight up ending the live stream, would be to potentially like transition it into something else. Like if I would stop going live on YouTube and maybe go live on Facebook, I do have like an interest or a curiosity in maybe having kind of like I don't know, like a sermon roundtable kind of thing. So if I would, like, say we took whatever we were talking about in church on Sunday and then kind of reiterated that and opened it up for some dialogue on Sunday evening, I think that would be really fun and maybe spur some questions and spur some conversation. And then specifically, we could try to tie those things into what we're trying to accomplish in Kittanning and see, how do those things apply and what are maybe some practical things that we could take away from it on how to live our lives differently or, shift some different things. I really enjoyed during the quarantine doing Bible study, and I really want to get back into that. Like I said, just the summer nights makes it so late for me to try to accomplish that. But it was really helpful for me, and I know. Well, I continue to get comments that people miss the live or the Bible studies online, and so I would like to get back into doing that potentially. It created a lot of good activity for the church. It created a lot of good conversation, and I get more people telling me that they miss those than people that say they miss coming to church. Which I don't know if that's good or bad, but yeah, it was certainly fun when it was there. So Aaron's in the house. Good to have you, Aaron. Thank you so much for volunteering at the church today. Maybe I was gonna message you later and see how did it go. Did you have fun with the children today? So maybe you can just answer on here. Jonathan Tarr's in the house. Good to have you, Jonathan. It has been a while. Good evening to you too, sir. So yeah, some other things that are going on, I guess, that I can lay out while I'm here would be that Summer Serve, we're going to have next week for Summer Serve, will be back on. We have 2 more Summer Serve events to happen this year. We have August 15th, and then we have August 29th. So those 2 dates, I'm hoping to have really large crews. And so if you're available to come out that day, I can use between 20 and 30 people, and we'll definitely have enough work, as long as I have one more project that needs to come through. But I could have a dozen people on one project and a dozen on another, pretty easily. So these are pretty big houses, bigger projects. Not quite as big as maybe the deck building project, but we have a painting project that is going to be huge. We're going to be trying to prep the entire thing for painting in one day, and then hopefully we can paint it in one day on the last day for summer serve, and that would be like completely transforming that property. There's also a lot of weeds and stuff on that property that could be cleaned out. Um, use a lot for curb appeal. So if you're available, like I said, this coming Saturday, the 15th, or on the 29th, either of those days would be awesome for you to come and connect with what we're doing. Dustin's in the house. Haven't heard from you in a long time, Ian. Dustin, we're in the new church now, so if you ever want to come visit, and we just started kids church, so if Jaden wants to come down and join us for kids church, feel free to come and join us. Sorry, bear with me here. So anyway, the other thing I'm doing is like we've been taking more time off this year, and so I guess part of that conversation in my own mind has been I feel like so unproductive, even though I know that I've been like incredibly productive this year, and I think it's like COVID, like when the world feels like it's moving slower, I think we just naturally feel like we're moving slower. I don't know if you guys feel that same thing, but it kind of like plays with your brain. And so I don't know if that's like more of a spiritual aspect of something that's just going on with me individually, or I don't know if that's happening with everybody. But I've just felt that, and I kind of have to continue to go back and look at the things that we've accomplished through Summer Serve, or that I've accomplished on the homestead, or that we've done with work, or different projects that are completed and things that have gotten done. And I have to remind myself that this really hasn't been a lost year. I think the world wants to kind of tell us that this is a lost year. And when you scroll through Facebook, people are constantly kind of pointing out that this is a lost year, but it's not. And we're not even. There's still a lot of the year left. We still have 5 months left in order to accomplish tasks. And so, I mean, I think that God had a big plan for us for 2020, and I think we're continuing to walk out that plan. And I'm personally expecting greater and greater things in the coming weeks and coming months. Specifically, we have something really big that we're working on in October for the church. We're working on like what I think is going to be a really fun and really impactful event. And it's going to be like an all-church event if we can pull it off, and we want to host it outdoors in October. And so stick around for more details on that. I'll definitely be promoting and informing everyone of those happenings if we can pull it all together here in the next couple weeks. And then we will all we're also going to be, well, I'm working on 2 other big projects that I still can't quite tell you about. But they're large property acquisitions. I can say that much at least. One that will be for more of a nonprofit purpose. We're trying to, start something that's going to, it will totally change. It'll change Kittanning, and it'll change all of Armstrong County. We're very actively working on that, already in the first stages of it. And so hoping to have an announcement on that within the next couple months. That one might take a little bit longer. And then I'm working on a personal property acquisition as well, trying to get another building downtown, one that's in need of some transformation, and hopefully turn it into another viable commercial space downtown to continue to build on the ecosystem that's building there. When you think of the great downtown businesses that we have, like the 700 Shop and Smales Drum Shop, Two Short Gals, and now Eastbury Coffee, like that down there, there's a nice little ecosystem that's happening. There's a couple different thrift shops that are there, just some neat little stores. And I'm hoping to open another 2 or 3 commercial spaces down there that will add to that ecosystem and make some connections between a few different places. And so, very actively working on that. We are pretty close to being under contract on that. So, as soon as I have a contract in hand, I'll make the announcement on it, and I'm very excited about it. Uh, I'm excited about everything, you guys, but but that especially, I'm always looking forward to just to being a part of the downtown community, and I honestly I believe that that now is the time to invest. That if you have an opportunity to purchase a building for cheap downtown, that Kittanning I believe is on an upswing or will be on an upswing. And the other thing that I think economically is that right now the economy is kind of like falsely being held down, and I don't think it's as bad as people say that it is. And the stock market certainly says that it's not as bad as they say that it is. And there's so much money awash in the system with businesses that got small business grants through the government, with individuals that got all the stimulus money, all those kinds of things. And I think that people are holding back right now from investing. And after this all settles down, house buying I believe is going to pick up really rapidly, and I believe that Kittanning, as a result, the continued improvement that's happening, I think, is only going to accelerate. And so I'm thinking from a personal perspective that right now the iron is hot, and you got to strike while the iron's hot. And while everyone else, I kind of follow Warren Buffett. Kind of one of his axioms, one of his investing principles is that when everyone else is scared, get greedy, and when everyone else is greedy, be scared. And so right now, when the world is really scared, I'm going to get a little bit greedy and try to make investments. I did earlier in the year with mutual funds, and I'm going to try to do some with real estate now. And then when everyone's getting greedy, then I'll back away and I won't do as much. It's probably more than y'all even wanted to know. Let me answer some comments here. Erin says she had a good time. Good. It was Erin's first time volunteering for Kids Church today, and we had our second week of Kids Church in the new building, and so it's been really great. It's been really cool to see that side of the ministry begin to start up again, and it's just wonderful to see the kids that haven't been in church in a long time be back in church. And there's so many kids that are they're really talented and smart and funny, and they have so many gifts to offer to the world. And I think a big part of their lives needs to be learning about God and beginning that faith journey at a young age, so that God can take all those talents and abilities and use them for His glory. And so it's really great to have people like you, Aaron, that are willing to pour into them so that they can in turn pour into the world as they get older. Dustin says, how's your garden going, and how's the chickens doing? How many do you have now? So we recently butchered all our meat chickens, so we don't have them anymore. I have 34 chickens and 1 duck. That's what I have now. But I had almost... Oh no, I have more than that. I have 41 chickens and a duck. Sorry, I forgot about I have 7 babies too. So 41 chickens and a duck. But we had 25 more than that. No, 27 more than that. So at one point we had 72. Is that right? How many did I say? 41, 34, 41, plus 27. 68. So we had 68 chickens at one point in time. I think that was the most we ever had. Well, no, 3 died in that process. So yeah, so we had over 70 for a little bit, but I'm now down to a less ridiculous amount of chickens, but still very ridiculous. Aaron says, old age kicking in. Yeah, exactly. I think it's more just like total and complete exhaustion kicking in. We're repainting our house. So, I painted the second floor before we moved in 4 years ago, and we never did the first floor. And then since we've been homeschooling, my wife wanted to remodel the homeschool room which is right next to me, and we never did that because I said, well, why don't we wait until we know that we're actually going to want to keep homeschooling? And now homeschooling is going so well that we're like, it's very difficult to imagine doing it any other way at this point. And we're in our third year, we're solid in it, and so we're now we're going to remodel that room and put in desks and bookshelves, and we're going to make it into a schoolroom. And so then we said, well, we might as well paint if we're going to do all that. And then instead of just painting one room like a normal people would do, I bought enough paint to do the entire first floor. And so we're going to basically paint every room. And I did the bathroom yesterday. Last night I finished the bathroom at like 1:15 in the morning. And then as soon as I got home from our board meeting at church today, I started painting the living room, and I'm about 65% done with it. And so I have a little bit more to go tonight. I have 2 more walls to paint tonight, and then a second color tomorrow. So it's very good. It's cool. Jonathan says, I feel like life is moving faster because of the pandemic, but it could be because I got that business going and trying to hammer down and build it. But wow, what a year we've all had. Yes, absolutely. It has been quite the year. But you're a great example of that, Jonathan. Starting a business in the midst of a pandemic, man, that's kind of scary. Although your business is kind of like, it's almost like perfect to start during a pandemic. But anyways, congrats to you. I hope it's going well, by the way. I know we still need to do a video about that, but anyways. Judy said, what color? It's kind of a blue. I guess I could just show you. Hang on. Bear with me. Take you in there. It was kind of like a cream color before. Well, I guess you can see. This is the color that it was before, and now it's this really nice blue. And it works so well with the natural wood that's in here. And so I have 2 coats on this wall. I still need another coat on this one and another coat on this one. So that's what I've been working on. The bathroom is it's a much lighter blue, but it's like almost a white that's tinted blue. And the bathroom was a little bit easier to pick colors on because it has tile in it. And so I didn't want to take out the tile and redo tile. So I ended up just trying to match the tile as close as possible. But then we have like a robin's egg blue that's going to be in the schoolroom, and then we're going to do kind of a off-white in the hallway and then this dining room just to freshen it up. It doesn't look terrible in here, but it's just an old house, and things probably haven't been painted in, I don't know, I would guess 40 years. So paint just wears down over time, and it's amazing what a coat of paint will do. It looks so much different in the living room in a good way. I'm really, really excited about it. And it'll be another thing off my list. At that point, well, then we'll be like one kitchen remodel away, which we did the floor last year. So after we do that, I'm pretty much going to be done working on our house, which is crazy to me. But it's like everything else. It feels like it's going really slow, but if you just do one project a year, like we budget at the beginning of the year as a family, and we say we want to spend X amount of dollars on the house this year, and we just spend that money up to that point, and after we get there, then we just stop, and we don't do anything else for the year. So we've just continued to do that, invest a certain amount, and then over time, you end up with a whole new house. And so it's the same thing that we're doing in Kittanning, right? We're just doing one little project at a time, and as they all happen, we only do what we can do, try not to overextend ourselves, try to just match up what the talent level and the budget allows for, and we just go with it. And then we look over time, what's happened in Kittanning. Now, I think there's more transformation happening outside of the work that we're doing. And so I think it's really exciting to see the rest of the town is now buying into it. Like, people are starting to fix up their houses. And I had a great meeting with the codes officer too. And hopefully he's going to be going after some of the ones that are more troublesome. which is, some of these properties that have been abandoned for 10 years and still nobody's doing anything with them. Like, there's all kinds of codes on the book for them to be able to take care of that, and it's just never been done. It started a little bit with the last codes officer, and he was doing a good job, but obviously it didn't work out. And you need to have someone that's going to be long term. People need more than a year to get these things straight. And so if you have a codes officer that can hopefully be there for 3, 5, 10 years, that would be extraordinarily helpful for Kittanning. And so I'm hoping that Pete's going to be that guy who can build a system and then not have such an abrupt transition whenever he's ready to be done. So if he decides 5 years from now he wants to hang it up, then they could bring on a codes officer ahead of time to kind of learn the ropes and pick it up seamlessly, so we don't have the situation that we had this last time where you shut it down and then all of a sudden you're 6, 8 months, a year without a codes officer and everything begins to go backwards. Like, that can't happen. It's not, you can't run a city that way. Judy says, I like that. Looking to find a color for my living room. Well, if you want this color, I can give it to you, Judy. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it's called Stardew. Stardew. Like dew in the grass. So Stardew. But anyway, it's a Sherwin-Williams color. But I can get you a paint swatch if you want it. If you don't want Sherwin-Williams paint. I think that's it, you guys. So I'm going to still kick around. I don't know if I'll be here next Sunday on the live stream, although we're picking up more people as the night goes on here, so that's pretty cool. But I don't know if it's worth continuing it or not. Like I said, I would love to have more of your comments to let me know whether you think that it's worth continuing and what we could turn it into. Like I said, the thing that my heart is most driving towards right now is to make it into a more kind of a spiritual hour where we could recap a sermon, or we could talk about different biblical issues, or if I had something going on in my life, I could speak to it. Or if you guys wanted to maybe submit questions ahead of time, I could do a live stream, kind of like answer your questions about the Bible or about God or about how to handle the situation in your life or whatever that might be. I love doing that kind of stuff too. So I don't know, maybe that would be a fun way to do it. But I feel like the live stream, it needs more of a purpose. And I've struggled with that. And I still don't know what that is. And so if y'all have any more ideas, I would love to hear them. A couple more comments coming in here. Jonathan says, it's a bit slow at the moment. That part is scary, but it's also very slowly growing. Also, the paint looks great. I painted my kids' room and found out I'm a terrible painter. I'm a pretty decent painter, and I actually really enjoy painting, so that makes it a lot better. It's like a thing where I can just not really think, and I just do, and I don't have enough of those kinds of things in my life, so painting is a nice little escape for me, and it looks good when I'm done, so I'm happy with it. But I painted for a whole summer in college, like literally every day. I painted for 8 hours. And so if you put that kind of time into anything, you're going to get better at it. So maybe just more practice, Jonathan. Kevin says good night. Aaron says, I think a little change and progression is a good thing. Well, that's good. Maybe we'll just continue to brainstorm. And if I have a good topic for next week, maybe we'll try it next Sunday night. And I'll do more of a Bible study kind of live stream. Adam says, hi, how's the farm? The farm is going great. The chickens are doing well. We have some babies that are growing up. They're getting ready to go in the coop. And we may get some more meat chickens. If we do, it'll be this week that we'll get some meat chickens. So stay tuned for that. I have 4 videos right now in the hopper that need to be edited, so I'm way behind. But there's some really cool stuff happening with local businesses that I'm going to share with you in the next 2 days. And then also a video with the homestead. And then I still have Joanna's birthday video, which at this point is going to be almost 2 months late, which is insane. How did I get that? How did I miss that? But that video is like 70% edited, so you'll probably see that at some point this week too. But yeah, I'm catching up on other things. I'm excited for the future. Stay tuned for Summer Serve this coming Saturday. If you can come and join us, please come and join us on Saturday. We have some big projects that we're going to need help with, and we only have 2 days to get them done. So yeah. Adam says, any new machines on the farm? I don't have machines on the farm. It's all handwork for me. I have a lawn tractor. That's my most advanced machine. Everything else is just human powered. I don't have a rototiller. I rototill my garden by hand too. So yeah, no machines. Unless you count chickens. Chickens are like little machines. All right, guys, I'm heading out. Have a wonderful night. Be blessed, and I will see you very soon.